When I was like struggling with things to write about, my dad was like, "Oh, I've got this book of notes and poems from our travels around America, and if there's anything in here that speaks to you, like feel free to use it," which was super kind of him. And there was this poem about this woman. And sorry, just to be clear, in my family, we're not the kind of family that like trade poems. Like absolutely nothing against it if you are. And I know that literally this story means that we are to a degree, but we're not really. My mum was a folk singer when I was younger, and my dad obviously wrote his poems, but that wasn't either of their jobs. They just were very generous with me and my sister. So Dad was like, here's this poetry. I saw this one called Telegraph Road, which is about this woman in San Francisco, and I guess it probably spoke to me somehow at 14, even though I definitely didn't understand it. I turned it into this song, and the only singer that I knew at the time was my mum, who had this amazing voice, sorry. And so I got her to sing backing vocals on the track. Cut to many years later, we're making this album, and I think of that song, and I think of how it never really got released and how much I love it, so I rewrote it a bit, sorry Dad, and I added a bit at the end to kind of, I guess, acknowledge stuff. You'll hear it in the songs, you'll hear it in the lyrics, you don't need to describe it. But my mum actually sings on the album version. So I guess I never really imagined that we'd have a song closing an album if I was like sort of essentially co-wrote with my dad and sing with my mum. But here we are, and it's one of my favourite songs of the album. Charlie Barnes does the most incredible piano part. And yeah, I really hope you like it. I've got a bunch of friends and family tonight, and some family from South Africa, so hello everyone, thank you for being here. Yeah, so this is another super brief, catchy title, Telegraph Road, 1977 and 2024.
Lady with your dog, living in a doorway on Telegraph Road. What have you seen? What happened to you? What led you this way? You find yourself embarked. The Golden Gate Bridge extends before your feet. It's a complicated place. These hills, those millions who walk on through, but nowhere for you. And I guess that San Francisco's a lonely city, and you lost your life somewhere. Maybe on Broadway, maybe some other street. And I guess that San Francisco's a lonely city, and you lost your life somewhere. Maybe on Broadway, maybe some other street. Or maybe it's not this city that led you to this day. Could have been Chicago, perhaps LA. What sights, what loves, what pains. And I wonder, lady, what's your history? Could have been some roses along the way, strange mysteries that led you to this doorway. With only dogs for company. And I guess that San Francisco's a lonely flew right on by. Fast forward now, I'm singing my father's words about you. Luck brought me through this town, it's built on big ideas and power. But the streets are still lying, those who call them home, and maybe always will. I wonder to your name, your face, your fate, forever in my mind. Sat with your dogs up there onto the grass road.
Thank you. Okay, we've got a few more left. Sounds like that's working. Yeah. So I'm kind of new at guitar, so sorry for the horrible. Let's play a really delicate, quiet song, and then I did all the fucking time. I'm so sorry. Try not to laugh every time. Sorry, Moira. Nothing personal. Okay, so this song, when I first started writing the songs in the album, it wasn't particularly thought out kind of who they'd be about. And I think it probably says quite a lot about me that when I started working with Emma, and she was pointing me towards different people from history and that I hadn't really heard of, she looked at my choices and was like, oh yeah, cool, they're pretty basic. Which isn't to say I don't still think they're amazing, but also I was like, fuck you Emma, let's start a podcast. Just a classic, getting a friendship. This song is called Red Wine and Wild, and it's about Oscar Wilde, who a very, very little known hidden gem that is Oscar Wilde. And alright, cool. This I was gonna say it's one of my favourites, but I felt like I said that before every single song. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill me up with red wine and I'm yours. Spin a couple belly laughs, I'm knocking at your door. Paint me more wild stories from your past. Lay me down confessions, spill secrets on the hotel floor. I thought I'd be yours like before. I'd be yours. You could stay, make mistakes until the daylight. Stay, nothing's real after midnight. It's underneath this heavy sky. You fuck me up, but that's alright. So stay the night, make mistakes until the daylight. We get high, so history's repeat. Parallel dimensions in these midnight hours we see. Back to this one-sided love of ours. It's pretty messed up, always hoping drunk mistakes we make play out. I thought I'd be yours. Close the door.
Let's not make no promises we know we won't keep. These gospel preaching promises neither of us believe. So lie here making promises till we fall asleep. So echo back my promises. We both know stay, made mistakes until the daylight. Stay, nothing's real after midnight. 'Cause underneath this heavy sky, you fuck me up, but that's alright. Stay the night, make mistakes until the daylight. Stay the night.
The good thing about having a lyric is keep saying make mistakes while I'm fucking making so many mistakes. It's like past me right into my future me having a go. Right, we've got a couple more songs of today, and this next one is about another very, very little known person called Emily Dickinson. Who, like, genuinely, I think she gets taught in school a bit, I think particularly in America, but lots of people know who she is. And in our episode of Muses, we look at kind of her life and why she's remembered, and why she, what's wrong about how she's remembered. And I guess when we were writing the song, I was thinking about this idea that she's perceived as a bit of a recluse, this kind of tortured poet that very much lived alone and lived in her own head. And whilst in some ways that was true, it also wasn't at all. She had this like really unspoken about, she had like a lifelong relationship, and she had all these friendships and this amazing kind of rich life. But I guess the point is, even if that was the case for her, if she was happy and if she was fulfilled, then that should be all good. So this song is kind of to sort of celebrate her, and it's called Emily and Her Penthouse in the Sky, and it's about just the sort of wonders of her imagination and the amazing things that she managed to create. And let me just find my notes. Yes, anyway, we talk about it, or Emma talks about it much more articulately in the podcast. But this was from part 1, which was the first batch of songs we released earlier in the summer. And I hope you like it.
Emily hit the grave, 'cause I know they were made for us to ever see. Oh, she'd been busy pouring chaos on the page, making waves, they crashed too late. Just take the time to look again. You'll see she was never lost, weren't just hiding in that room. She had better things to do. Oh, she was never lost. Now we're kicking in the door on the 92nd floor of her penthouse in the sky. Oh, she'd been filling up her time, making worlds up in her mind, in her penthouse in the sky. Writing a forest full of trees that made no sound in her head. It drowned out all the noise we make, those private corridors in countries where her life miles away from our petty ways. Just take the time to look again. You'll see she was never lost. Weren't just hiding in that room. She had better things to do. She was never lost. Now we're kicking in the door on the 92nd floor of her penthouse in the sky. She'd been filling up her time, making worlds up in her mind, in her penthouse in the sky. We've got to the end. Thank you so much. We've got one more song to play. I just said that as if you were all about to immediately sprint out of the room. Thank you all so much for being here. It's been such a lovely day for us getting to play these songs in Kingston. And yeah, thanks again to Banquet Records for being fucking amazing and for putting this on. Thank you to everyone who's bought the album or listened to it. Like, it means the fucking world. It means so much. You know, if you all fancy getting away and buying like 5 more copies, that'd be great. It means 7. This is the album. It's called Insanely. It's out on Thursday at midnight or Friday or whatever day you subscribe to. But yeah, thanks so much in advance, and thank you for being here tonight and listening. Thank you to these incredible musicians on stage who joined us. And to Amy and Joe and Fozzie and Tiger New and everyone who's put on this show tonight, everyone who works in the venue, thank you so much for looking after us all. We'll see you soon. Yes, this song is about a very, very little known artist. And I promise there are definitely songs on the album about people that you haven't heard of, I promise. There's one about this Chinese pirate called Cheng Yi Sao, who was the most successful pirate ever, but no one's really heard of her. She ran a piracy empire that was so successful it rivaled the Chinese state. Pretty impressive. There's this famous opera singer from France in the 1700s who was called Julie d'Aubigné, who she was incredible at singing. She was also an insane sword fighter, and she had a lot of love to give. She broke one of her girlfriends out of a nunnery, but by burning it down. They got forgiven by the king twice because she had such a good voice. And this was all, I mean, when she did the nunnery thing, she was like 60. And she lived till 30, so she packed a lot in. But yeah, so she's amazing, and there's a bunch of different stories as well. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Thank you for being here, thank you for supporting us, and hopefully we'll see you soon. This song is called Blue Sky and the Painters by F.R. fire, bittersweet, fleeting bliss. I guess I haven't felt electric for some time. Feels like a new rush flowering. Oh, like a break in the eyes. Felt like the clouds got tired of opening. Oh, it felt light in a while. Is that blue sky? Is that blue sky? It's about time. It's about time. Is that blue sky? Is that blue sky? It's about time. It's about time. I'm wide awake from the breeze. How the hell did I get so numb to desire? The mix of beds on the page. 'Cause I hate nothing without joy and sorrow's fire. Feels like a new dawn, new song playing loud. Oh, this bitter peace in my mind. Felt like the stars got bored of coming out. Oh, I caught them up the last night. Is that blue sky? Is that blue sky? It's about time. It's about time. Is that blue sky? Is that blue sky? It's about time. It's about time. Would I be who I am without the sadness in me? Would I be who I am without the sadness in me? Is that a blue sky? Is that a blue sky? It's about damn time.